13-second intro, moment of silence. Some cars passing, so I can't really hear the birds. Regardless, it's gonna happen, because things don't always go as planned either. So with that being said, you have to adjust to those moments as well. Here I am without the shirt today, because we're talking about relationships. I said I don't want to know what I'm going to talk about until I talk about it, and I knew what I wanted to talk about, and I'm giving myself 13 minutes because today is my anniversary and I am on a schedule. So my analogies are what helps me refer to things the way that I do, see things the way that I do, and help people hopefully understand things a little bit better. Let's talk about a relationship. There is a male and a female. We're going all the way back to Adam and Eve. This is the way that God intended it. Yes, I'm going to preach God. If you don't follow God, I am so sorry. I'm just preaching my ways. If you don't like it, feel free to click next. Bye. A male and a female. So if you meet somebody, and I'm not to say I'm going to meet somebody right now, I'm just throwing out scenarios. So if someone was walking down the street right now, female, walking down, she sees me in no shirt, she's like, ooh, he looks nice, and she smiles. And I smile back. And she says hi, and I say hi back. And now we are talking. So once we start talking, if we feel that click, or if our inside feels a little bit of inner joy, whatever it is, if you get that feeling and you want to talk to somebody, that would be the same scenario as if you interview somebody for an open position for a job. And if they do a great job, it was good. They do a great job on the interview, and you're like, I'm gonna hire you. I think you could actually do something good with this company. Your average job is gonna have a probation period. Even Think Like a Man, Steve Harvey talked about this. Probation period. There is 90 days to prove that you are capable of handling this job. Once y'all start talking, if she sees you and you look good, like, damn, look at him. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna talk to him. And then she finds out you got 2 kids and you smoke crack. Extreme, right? But you never know, because it has different pleasures in life and different things that they do in life. So she finds that out. The first 90 days, guess what? You gone, because she ain't gonna mess with it. Off top. Say the first 90 days goes by. You have no kids. You don't smoke. You don't drink. You're a gentleman. You open her car door. You pay the bill. You do these things that your average female would typically enjoy. After your 90 days, she's like, guess what? It's not even about getting the cookie. And men, I know this isn't a moment of silence. I know all you care about is that damn cookie. It's not about getting the cookie. It's about proving that you're worthy. Let's say one day you want to be general manager, and that's what I'm building this up to. I'm 4 minutes in, I should be just fine. So you pass your 90 days, and now you are just doing your job the best you can. Going to dinner, going to movies, giving back rubs when necessary, being there when she needs someone to listen to, talking to her when she wants someone to talk to, being that person that she needs. Then you're going to understand things about her. You're going to find out things about her. You'll see new things about her. She'll see new things about you. You're still going to be embarrassed to burp, fart, and even take a poop when she's around. So when you're in public and you guys are eating at McDonald's, you're going to go to the restroom and say, hey, I got to pee. And you're going to take the fastest poop you ever took in your life. Right? We've all been there. As you guys get closer and as you guys open up to each other, as things get better, let's say a supervisor position opens up. And she's more than happy to give you that supervisor position. So now, this is why I sit down, because my shoulder's hurting. And I'm barely 5 minutes in. Now, she gives you a supervisor position. Now you guys are tight. Now the I love you word got thrown. Bam! Hey, honey, love you. Okay, I'll see you later. Okay, I love you. Bye. Right? Supervisors and blah, blah, blah. And your operation is successful every day. You are going to get complaints. Every job will get complaints. If I order a double cheeseburger with only ketchup, I get home and I see mustard, onions, and relish on it, guess how I'm gonna feel when I get home and I see that you didn't listen to my only ketchup request? Which has happened, and is exactly how I feel. Just wipe it off and eat it? No, it goes to the trash. I'm picky like that. Sorry, honey, because Marv is picky like that. That might be my fault. My shoulder legit hurts. Whew, Joshua Tree. Supervisor, but there will be problems and things that will arise. And it's a matter of how you address it. So let's say I got that cheeseburger, I went home, and I didn't say anything because I'm already home. I left. But the next time I go back, I mention it. Hey, last time I was here, you guys put you put mustard on it. Can you please make sure it's only ketchup? And that's legit me just asking nicely. And then not only do they make sure there's only ketchup, they comp the double cheeseburger and they're throwing something else for free. Oh my goodness, you just changed my whole world around. You just made me feel so much better. People mess up in relationships. So, you don't kick them to the curb, cut them off right away. In a job, I work at the Marriott. There is a coaching counseling, there is a verbal, there is a write-up, a second write-up, and the third one will be suspension pending, because depending on what the hell you did, you're probably gonna get terminated. Most of the times you get terminated. It's almost like 3 strikes and you're out. Just like a baseball game. Just like a felon. You think about it from that aspect. So now you're like, okay, I messed up. She tells you, hey, homie, don't do that. Coaching counseling. A month goes by, you do it again. Verbal warning. Hey, you do that again, there's gonna be punishment. And that's when the first write-up comes. Now, I posted on yesterday's stories when I said the effort that you put into your relationship is totally up to you. So when I had that first strike, and I could have gave up, and this is shout out to JJ, because JJ was always there, and I mentioned this at the wedding. When I easily could have gave up, and not to say I didn't, I still fought. And the next one came, and I still fought. But after that last one, when I lit everything out on the table, I love it. It's just regular, everyday people. They're both Asian. The boy has to be at least like 4 to 5, and it's with the mom. But they were still nice, and they still said hi. And even after she said hi, the boy said hi, and I smiled. You saw, obviously, because I'm recording. I smiled and said hi right back. You don't have to be afraid of me. And I'm a black dude with no shirt on the corner. Ooh, Jesus. Yeah, so when you're willing to fight for your relationship, number one, she's gonna see how serious you're taking the relationship. DMX said, well, everybody says it, but you know, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Hold me down, baby. Either let me fly or give me death. You know what I'm talking about. It's dark and hell is hot. If you love it, let it go. And I'm just trying to say, date somebody for a year, break up with them and see if they come back. No. If there's mistakes that can and usually do happen, and there are unfortunate situations where you feel you have to let it go, if they come back, that's a sign. Dude, I got a perfect scenario, and I've told people in the past, not everybody, but at least a handful of people have heard this story before. I have a perfect sign, and it was my first strike, I believe it was. Oh my God, God set us up. God set us up. And that story, I'll bring it to light one day. If you want me to, sooner than later, comment. Because if you click like, I won't know. Comment and tell me, and I'll bring it to light. You show them that you're willing to work at it. And once they see how hard you're willing to work, when that manager position comes open, that's yours. Manager can technically be when you propose and say, will you marry me? And she says yes. Because now you guys have to plan the wedding. And that's when more stress gets involved. That's when financial situations get involved. That's when situations, especially if you guys never ever live together and all you do is just go to each other's houses. Because now things are starting to get real serious. This is when we see what you're really about, especially once you live together. I got less than 2 minutes, so I'm going to just get into it. And you start to find out you can still find out new things no matter how long you've been together if you haven't lived together. The day, once you're a manager, and that's when you propose, now you're a manager. The next step is typically going to be in the hotel, would be like a director, and then like a leader, whatever, GM, blah, blah, blah. But once you're a manager, you're there. And once you're married, yes, you can say you're a director. And this is just random scenarios. You're married, now you're a director. You're a director, you still want to be GM. That is when you have children. Now that you have children and you're the GM, oh my goodness, everything. Not to say everything's on your shoulders, because you guys are still a team. It's still an effort. The GM still talks to the directors still talks to the managers still talk to the supervisors still talks to the staff, and the staff still take care of your guests. At the end of the day, within all those people I just mentioned, it's just you, your other half, and your children. And there's also family that's involved, depending on what you do for a living, depending on how much money is involved, depending on what... I'm not going to say it. Depending on all that stuff, it really, 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 really depends on how you handle your situations, but you are in charge of everything. You and your other half, so it's like a GM and an assistant GM. Technically, the wife is a GM, but the wife will give you the GM title because she knows that you're a man and you have an ego and you want to feel like you have testosterone, you have balls, and you feel like that you are in charge. That is what the wife will do for you. No, Dada, at home, my kids know, Dada is the boss. Dada makes the rules. Dada says what goes. But also, Mama has a red flag that she can wave anytime she wants to override Dada. I make sure my kids know it. They're not able to tell you exactly what I mean and what I'm referencing, but just to ensure that they know Mom has more power than Dada. Even though Dada's in charge, and like Kobe led the Lakers. Kobe is the Lakers. My son, when you say Lakers, I say, Marv, whose Lakers is it? Kobe's Lakers. It's not Los Angeles Lakers, it's Kobe's Lakers. It's really the Bus family. They the ones that call all the shots. They the ones that pay Kobe's paycheck. But because Kobe makes them so much money, and Kobe does such a great job, he gets the honor and the right to say, these are my Lakers. LeBron is playing for Kobe's Lakers. But thank you, LeBron, because you're making Kobe's Lakers shine. You helped bring AD to the Lakers, and you helped us get a championship, and hopefully, I pray to God, we could repeat. 14 minutes, and I'm late, so I gotta go. Once you hit that GM status, that means you're married and you have children. Now you have to be the best GM you could ever imagine to be. Relationship goals. Life lessons with the new extraordinary Mcknight. Peace. That escalates mine too.